Welcome to Down the Stretch. This is a great weekend of racing, July 8th, Saturday, July 8th, 2023. This is a weekend that's going to be highlighted by two big events, the Indiana Derby, which I have the selections here for you on this video, and also the Belmont Derby at Belmont. Belmont has four graded stakes races going this weekend. I like this content because I think this is going to be the most valuable subscription on YouTube that you're going to have eventually once you get to using my picks and your selections. And you're going to see that just playing my Saturday selections, which are free to all of YouTube, are going to be extremely valuable for you, make you a lot of money. So stay tuned and subscribe. First, we're going to take a look at the Indiana Derby. Mile and 16th, grade 3, 300,000. Our top selection in this race is going to be the number 5, Verifying. He was my initial pick in the Kentucky Derby because they were talking about him being the lone speed, not being a lot of pace in that race. So it ended up burning up a 45-3 and then 110 in the 200 calls of the race, which is blazing fast for that size of field, going a mile and a quarter. So he took off and came in the Met win and battled down the stretch, lost by half a length to the favorite Disarm. I've loved this horse for a while. I really think he's going to really take on this field and win this race pretty easily on Saturday. He has a couple of good works coming in. He's actually going back in distance to 1 mile and 16th from a mile and 1/8. He did have a slot that day. Might have something to do with taking that extra stride or two away to lose. But Disarm just outran the last 100 yards, 50 yards of the race. So wasn't much, but he did clear the rest of the field. And Brad Cox is clipping 39% right now at at Belmont. And Marcelino Pedrosa is clipping a good 19%, but look at this stat. His last 12 with the trainer, with Brad Cox, he's won 8 out of his last 12. 67%. 83% in the money, plus 217 ROI. Now, of course, we never know intent. I talk about that all the time. That's one thing we cannot handicap is intent of the trainer or a bad ride. That's just part of the game and stuff we have to deal with when making selections and betting races. But that is what I'm leaning towards on Verifying. Looking at the remainder of the field, Transect's going to go early, likely, and he has some meagerly slow fractions, but that's probably in the ballpark where Verifying will have the lead. He'll probably be hitting these type maybe in the 47, maybe in the 111 range. So if we look at Verifying, he's slapping around a 48-3 and 113 in the slop. Prior to that, a 48, 112 and 2. And those are both at mile and 1/8. But hitting those fractions on bluegrass, in the bluegrass, and doing so on a fast track. So I think that Verifying will dictate, but this is a nice little colt that is young and developing and has all the fixings of being a nice horse. Just I don't think he's the greatest stakes horse. Raising Cane has been entered into another race that he may opt for. I don't think he is. I think he probably will stay here. But he has lost to Verifying in very convincing fashion. So I'm not really concerned about Race Cane being a real factor here. Act a Fool, as you can see back, take away that turf. He's put 4 really nice races together, winning them convincingly, including the Hawthorne Derby, $100,000 stakes on the turf. He pretty much ran it the same way he ran his dirt races, so can't say that the surface is any problem. Larry Ravelli is always a good trainer. He's clipping 32% with shippers, but look at his 35% overall in 2023. He has 29% in graded stakes and 33% winner last race. All good indications that this horse is gonna contend here and give verifying a run for all the money. But he is a Hawthorne horse, so we'll see if he can get outside of that, go to Indiana and try and win. Um, Number 4 on the stage, nothing much there. Verifying 6, nothing much there. 30-1. Hay Strike. It appears like the race could set up speed-wise for Hay Strike to make a run late. Even if that does happen, I don't think that he's going to be able to catch Verifying. All systems indicate that he's not. So I'm going to stay away from that S type of race, pace style. I'm going to stay with the front speed. I'm going to go with Verifying. Number 8, Cagliostro is a prime power third. Now the Louisiana Derby has these minuses for fractional speed, but he did run 8th to Kings Barnes that day, who pretty much led the entire race and finished him off that same fashion. So that was a very slow race, Louisiana Derby. That's why I didn't like Kings Barnes at all in the Kentucky Derby, and he proved that true. So I'm going to stay off of him as well. Georgia W. William Walden's clipping 40%, and Alex Howard, I'm not familiar with that rider. Must be an apprentice. But he's clipping 30%, 9 for 30. It's pretty good. Fractions look decent. He's 2 for 2. He's out of Tapiture, $17,000 purchase. Just not gonna. Don't know if he's ready for the big time yet, and with all the experience that Verifying has. That's going to be our selection. So number 5, Verifying in the Indiana Derby.
They're in the gate.
So as you can see, Verifying lets the 3 horse take the lead. Bo Cruz. He's right here, tracking him in second and the 4th. Favorite, Disarm, is the 2 horse right here on the rail. He gets a little slightly better trip than, other than maybe some mud kicked in his face. Slightly better than Verifying did. And then Race Kane is here. He's also in this race. And you can see that he doesn't really make an impact even as close as he is here. He had every chance to win. Pretty slow quarter, 24-4, or excuse me, 24-2. Just observe the way Verifying is tracking Bo Cruz. Looks like the decision to do that was the correct one here, instead of maybe going after the lead harder. But they're going pretty decently slow, 48-3. But Verifying's going real easy. Verifying didn't really have any excuses here. Maybe the slop, like I said, the last few strides, but and look at Race Kane making a move already. Right here, moving up to third, and these 3 just run away from him. Here's Verifying. See, Disarm changes gears, he leaves the rail and comes outside. Bo Cruz is done. Race Kane makes no effort to get there. And verifying almost gets to the wire. So for our ticket structure, we have the number five to win. Verifying, we have five and the exact over the 12789. We have a trifecta, 5 and 12789 with all in third. And the superfecta, 5 with 12789, 123789 with all for fourth. Pentafecta, which is the top five selections. Trifecta is 3, superfecta is 4, pentafecta is 5. It's 5 with the same numbers, 123789 in third and fourth, all for fifth. Now, if you want to take advantage of some vertical structure, ticket structures, pick 5 from race 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Those 5 races, you have to place the bet in race 8, but you could single verifying in that one. That helps bring down the ticket cost. And then the pick 4 the same. That's from race 9, and we're singling number 5 and leg 5. Okay, and for your 2 bonus races that I promised, Belmont Derby race 10, we're going to take the number 10 at 8 to 1 on the morning line, redistricting. And the Victory Ride Stakes race 11, we're going to take the number 5 Maple Leaf Mel, which is the 9 to 5 morning line favorite. Good luck, everybody.